business ethics and practices. It shows to us how a good company can transition and become a great company. And I believe that that is the destiny of P1. So we have no option. Can I repeat that? We have no option than to develop more and more level 5 leaders. Because listen, if we don't have enough leaders at that level of competency, it's difficult to sustain a global push and a global expansion. So it's important we do that. So in just about 5 minutes, let me run through what that means and I'm done. The first is personal humility. Go ahead, quickly. No, you are jumping my slides. You are jumping my thoughts. Okay, your system is not working? All right, that's fine. What about the notes? It's not coming on? That's fine. The first is personal humility. In the book Good to Great, I can talk about it. That's okay. In the book Good to Great, one of the research found that, by the way, the background of that research was that Professor Jim Collins, a professor of economics, collected 21 master's and PhD students to investigate Fortune 500 companies and select those who were able to make a transition and be able to maintain their growth for a minimum of 15 years, recording a minimum of almost 3% higher than the average in the stock market in the United States, but be able to sustain it for a minimum of 15 years. And they spread it across, and they had what they call comparison companies. So that if they had, for instance, a company like Walgreens, which is into pharmacy, they got another one in the same period, in the same class, with the same potentials and opportunities, like Eckhart's Pharmacy, and compare why one is doing well and the other is not doing well. So they got several companies acting. They discover why others were moving up and sustaining it. One of those elements that they coin into what is called a level 5 leader is personal humility. The ability for a leader to come to the point where you begin to ensure you become that are coming up as the face of the organization, whereby your joy, and again, permit me, that's one of the special things about P1. One of the things P1 is the ability for the leaders to find so much joy in celebrating and putting others on the stage. Now, can I say to the leaders, we can't, go ahead and celebrate if you want to celebrate our leaders. Now, but please listen. Don't take it for granted that the people coming behind have the same DNA. Don't take it for granted. We've got to teach it. We've got to mentor it. We've got to reward it. Because if we don't do, we will come to a stage of growth and find that we can't go further. Because we have now reached a point where the neck of the funnel is getting narrower and narrower and narrower. We understand that the more people you make to rise and you give the stage and you become, the wind behind their wings, the better it is for the organization. So level 5 leaders are people who have what is called personal humility. They are super efficient, but they have a way of making it known that this is the effort of a multiplied number of people. That's what personal humility talks about. The next one, quickly. Professional will. Now, these are people who, in the midst of their personal humility, are extremely top-notch in their addiction to professional excellence. They don't cut corners. They do things according to international best practices. They practice the best of corporate governance. They do everything. You say, why do they do that? Because they know something that beyond you, there are others wanting to be like you. And no growth or progress is sustainable until and unless it's anchored on values and principles that are non-negotiables. So they are very strong in that, because that's how you preserve your legacy, your destiny, and the growth that you've experienced. So these people, level 5 leaders, have a lot of professional will. Give me the next one. Resilience. Number 3, are the people who never say never. They are die-hard in sticking like a bulldog, with the tenacity of a bulldog, until they see result. Did you hear the testimony of the chairman of how himself and the group president, when they started, 3 months no sale, they wouldn't give up. Instead of giving up, they are always thinking, what's the next phase? What do we do next? Now, one of the things that has brought this organization this far is that, like with every other bandwagon effect thing in this country, the moment they started and they started prospering, all kinds of organizations began to come up here and there. And like the right kind of leaders with level 5 capacity, they were not thinking of giving up necessary thing. So that they go through challenges, they know that challenges don't define people. I love the way the group president says it from time to time, that we know we have challenges, but there are no challenges we can't overcome. Anybody who lacks resilience, people who never give up, they never resign, they never cave in, they never surrender, those are the kind of stuff level 5 leaders are made of. Number 4. Quickly. Number 4. Passion for excellence. Passion for excellence. I can't talk about that too much. Excellence is a spirit. Excellence is a habit. Excellence is a culture. Excellence. Excellent. If it can be done better, let's not settle for what it is. Please. Excellence has to do with under-promising and over-delivering. That's excellence. You under-promise and you over-deliver. That's excellence. Always wow the people. Give them something to say. But you said, I will get it in 10 days and you brought it in 8 days. That's our culture. If you deal with several organizations outside of this country, that's what they do as a pattern. It's a standard. If a work is to be done in 5 days, they